This program contains scenes of nonsensical garbage and coarse language and is intended for a mature audience. Viewer discretion is advised.
Why, hello, my little pumpkins. Clearly, I'm serving you divorced dad on the prowl at an all-inclusive, and I don't regret anything. Since I can't be on vacation, I might as well act like I'm on one. Made sense in my brain. Anyway, welcome to Last Call. Last Call essentially is just kind of my last thoughts about products that I have been trying. Some of them I love, some of them I hate, and some of them I'm like, buy it on sale. The goal of this video is to go through as many products quickly as possible because I cannot put out another hour-and-a-half video. I don't think I have it in me, all right? I don't have it in me. Watch this video be 6 hours. Anyway. These are in no particular order. I'm just gonna kind of grab at them and I'm just gonna kind of give you some quick thoughts and let you know if I still love them, if I hate it, or whatever, okay? So I'm gonna start off with actually the products that I used to get ready today because I feel like these are the best of the ones that I have in my collection, okay? So the first one is from IT Cosmetics. This is the CC Natural Matte. I have it in the shade Fair Beige. I thought it was a little bit too dark for me, but actually it kind of works out pretty well. And I don't feel like there's like a really big disconnect between church and state down here, so I feel like we're okay. But I really, really like this formula a lot. As somebody who has very dry skin, normally I love things that are hydrating and dewy and just, you know, overall fun. But sometimes on very rare occasions, I like to be more of a natural matte. And this is kind of perfect. It's comfortable, it's long wearing. I don't notice it settling into fine lines or doing any kinds of other bullshit. Like, this is really, really good. And I wish that I included this in my favorites video because this is something that I think, dare I say, I like this more than the Urban Decay Face Bond. That one's good, but that one can be a little bit like too matte. This is kind of like that perfect in between. Plus, it also pairs very well with my Thorn Oil, and we love that. So this is really good. I highly recommend checking this one out. The next thing is from Fenty. This is the Hot Cheeks Velour Blush Lighter in Fresh Peach. I love this. I think this is the prettiest, most sparkliest blush in the world. If you do not like hybrids of like blush and highlighter, you are going to hate this. So don't even bother looking at it. But this is very, very pretty. I love how it just looks. And I love that it has a very pretty gold sheen. Normally I'm not really into gold highlighters, but this I ride for. Like, I love this. And technically I didn't need any more highlighter because this actually does pack a punch, but I decided to put on another highlighter on top of it. Why? Because I'm an extra alien slut, and are we surprised? No. But in theory, I didn't really need it. This is super, super pretty. Again, I don't even know if you're gonna be able to see this. It's very, I'm just gonna put it in my palm of my hand. It's very light. It is like that perfect, like peachy pink with that little gold flip. It's gorgeous. I don't have a bad thing to say about it. The only thing, again, if you do not like glitter, you are not going to like this. But I will say that the glitter is not overwhelming. It doesn't settle into my pores. I think it looks pretty good. But then again, I like looking like a glowy alien slut, and I know that's not for everybody. So if you don't like that, you're not gonna like this. But if you kind of want to try it and you're like, you know what? I could f up some glitter. Which is kind of funny because I feel like I go back and forth. I'm like, no, I don't like it. And then I'm like, yeah, I like it. But I like this though. I like this a lot. We're gonna say yes, yes, yes. This will definitely be my favorites in the future. Moving on to the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Hue Drops in Sun Glow. This is great. I have tried quite a few bronzer drops. Now, albeit maybe I didn't try them correctly, okay? I am learning, but I think out of all of them that I have tried, I keep coming back to this one because this one feels the less offensive for me. Everything else that I have tried, and by the way, yes, I did mix the e.l.f. with some Thorn Oil. I also did mix the e.l.f. with some foundation, and I still kind of felt like it was a little bit too dark, and it's not for me. I'm still trying to figure out if there's a way that I could make it work, but I don't think I can. This though, this is, I don't know, it's so pretty. It's light, so it doesn't feel like super offensive for me. I don't feel like I'm bordering problematic, which is great. And I just love the beautiful glow that I get when I'm wearing this product. I don't like looking like super like fake baked tan because it often usually runs very orange on me. But this one just, I don't know, provides like a nice amount of warmth without it being too much. Looks like I see the sun, looks like I go on vacation, looks like my job allows me to take PTO, and I love that. Now, if I can only really take PTO, that would make me very happy. And one day I will. So thank you, Glow Recipe. But I love this. This is really, really good. Now moving on to bronzer, the Sephora bronzer in matte. This is awesome. This is the shade 00 Sun Kissed Haze. She is a light bitch. She definitely leans a little bit, I would say maybe neutral on the warmer side. It pairs very beautifully with the Fenty. I don't know, I love this. Again, single dad running amok at an all-inclusive. I love it. Watch out at the buffet, okay? I'm coming for numbers and ribs, all right? I love this. This is so good. So if you're looking for a nice matte bronzer that doesn't have any sparkle, no bullshit, that lasts for a really, really long time, super easy to blend out the whole 9 yards, and I feel like probably one of the more affordable things that I'm going to be talking about today, this is a really good option, a really good, nice matte bronzer. And I could see it kind of going on the favorites list at the end of the year. Like that's how much I've been loving it lately. Moving on to concealer. So we have the concealer from Say. I find this to be a little bit on the thinner side for me. Not a huge fan of the coverage. I think it's like a medium-ish coverage. I want to conceal all my sins. And this one just doesn't really... It's good. It's not great though. And I find that if I don't set it down right away, I'm going to be kind of having to like press out the creases throughout the day. So that's one thing I would say be mindful of, especially if you do have like little student loan cracks and crevice lines all down your eye here. There is a good chance that it might just kind of settle in and just make you look like 1,000 years old. But on the bright side, at least you could pat it out and it looks better. So when I do set my face really fast, I think it looks really, really pretty. But I also notice that throughout the day, it kind of starts looking, you know, like a little like, oh, have you been sleeping lately? It doesn't really have the best longevity considering, you know, say like the Kokie concealer that I've just been loving. What is it called? Double Time or whatever. Like that one, I feel like I get coverage fucking for like 50,000 years. This, I'm lucky to get like 6 hours out of. So yeah, I like it. It's not my favorite. I'm definitely going to use it until it's gone, but I would not repurchase this one at all. The other thing I put on my face is from Natasha Denona. This is the Hygen Skincare Infused Glow Beautifier. It's just called a fucking highlighter. Okay, this is what she looks like. I really wanted to like this more. I think swatch-wise, she's pretty, right? And this is what I have on my face today, mixed in obviously with that Fenty, like I mentioned before. But my issue with this one is, you know, I just think Fenty did it better. I think Fenty did it better. I think out of the kind of natural-ish highlighters, I think Fenty is more blinding. It's more just beautiful. I cannot stop wearing it. This one, it's a good highlighter, but it's not great. And if you were interested in picking this up, definitely buy it on sale or use a code or wait for the Sephora sale or something. Do not buy it for full price. It's not worth it at full price. Fenty one, I would say absolutely. This one, I wanted a little bit more. I don't know. Again, I think the Fenty one just does it better. Sometimes there's a fine line with this one where like, if I do put a little bit too much on, it can kind of like be a little bit difficult to like kind of blend out and it just looks like I have a huge stripe on my face. So not my favorite. I would not repurchase this one again. No. Now, in terms of eyes, I have been loving this thing from Nomad. It's so good. So this is the Key West palette, right? The Key Beachy and Peachy, Keys Beachy, whatever. It's the Key West palette. This one's fun. I love this one. It's so good. If you are a fan of Nomad's formula, then this I would say is probably one of their better palettes. The mattes are pigmented, very easy to use, little to no fallout. Pretty much today I did like an all matte look, except I used a little bit of yellow in the inner corner because I just kind of wanted a little bit of sparkle. Plus I've been kind of going through something with my eye and I just wanted to let my eyes breathe from glitter glue. That's why we did an all matte look today. Plus I have meetings today that I have to go to, which should be fun because people are gonna be like, where are you? I'm like, I'm at home. You know I'm at home. Anyway, I like this one because I feel like it's perfect for the summertime. And dare I say, these blues just make me excited to turn myself into a Mimi Bobak. So we love that. I didn't experience any patchiness or difficulty blending or anything like that. This has just been a fun palette to play with. And these shimmers are just, they're so good. They're just fun. They're just really, really fun. It's like one of the better vacation palettes in my opinion. If I can't be on vacation, I might as well fake it. But I've been liking this. If you are interested in wanting to pick up anything from Nomad, I do have a code with them. Use the code Theresa is dead. And you could save some money off your order. Or don't. Do whatever you want. I'm not your fucking parent. I could care less. Anyway, moving on. Ooh, this was bad. I did not like this. This is the Natasha Denona High Glam Powder Foundation. I have it in the shade RN1. This powder is just very, very heavy. It's very heavy. And it just kind of suffocates the shit out of my skin. It doesn't feel good. It makes me look 1,000 years old. I like the color. I have it in RN1. Color's fine. Like, I think that's cool, but it's a heavy, heavy, heavy powder, and it's not forgiving whatsoever. It makes you look old. It starts kind of settling into fine lines. I notice like right here, it just kind of like settles into like this little crease that I have right underneath my lip. It's just so infuriating because I know I'm not that old, yet it makes me feel like I'm that old. This is one of the definitions of casket ready. So something very expensive for the afterlife, I'm sure, but I just don't like this one. I tried to use it for my under eyes. That really dried me the fuck out. I just don't think there is a world or a timeline where this powder will work for me. So yeah, not a fan. And honestly, I don't even know why I kind of hang on to it. I keep hoping that it's going to work for me, but it just doesn't. It disappoints me. So we say no to this. I wouldn't recommend picking this one up. And I would say the same for the Hourglass powder, which I don't know why I kept it in its box. Again, I like pretending like I respect products when clearly I don't, but you see how disgusting my little fingerprints are. Anyways, okay, so this one is the Vanish Airbrush Press Powder. No, thank you, ma'am. I like the loose setting powder. I always found that powder to be good. Is it my favorite powder? No, I think there are better powders in the market, but I didn't really hate the powder. This though, I feel like is like the shittier version of that powder. Again, another one that just like dried me out, made me look really flat and matte. Didn't really buff into the skin, kind of like settled into like fine lines. It just like aged me and just felt really heavy. Maybe this one was like a scotch lighter than this one. This one, I felt like I put 60 pounds on my face. This one was like maybe 15, but still it just didn't feel right. I don't know. I'm very particular when it comes to powder. The one powder that I've been just absolutely, oh my God, obsessed with are the Tarte ones. And that's what I set my face with today because I was not going to desecrate my face with either the Hourglass or the Natasha Denona. Those can both go fuck off. But Tarte, you are the king right now, besides CoverGirl, of course. But anyway, yeah, not a fan of this one. I don't recommend this one at all. I say nay, nay, nay. All right, moving on. Okay, this is kind of weird. So Odin's Eye came out with like a bunch of singles not that long ago, and I really like the singles. I really liked it, but then I noticed that there's something very weird about it, and I'll show you in a second. But matte formula, I enjoyed. I still like this palette. Is it something I really reach for a lot? No, not really, because y'all know me, I'm more of a neutral Nelly. But when I do want to pop a color, I definitely look to this and I'm like, ooh, okay, could be kind of fun. Very beachy, although I kind of lean more towards the Nomad Cosmetics. But here's where shit gets weird. Okay, so as y'all know, in addition to the matte palette, they've released a bunch of shimmers and multichromes. And I don't know if you could see that. Can you see that? I don't even know if this is going to focus right now. The shade is so gummy. That's probably the best way that I could describe it. All of those pretty much in this row became like gummy shades. See it? And you can see over here too. Like this one. It's just, ooh, it's like raining. Okay. Ooh, I don't like, all right, I gotta put that down. It's gummy. Now, granted, I know you're probably saying like, oh my God, like, how are you storing your makeup? No, bitch, no. Because where I have this, it is listen, I have a cold house, okay? I don't do that shit of like, oh, it has to be 70. Bitch, I don't care. If I'm paying the electric bill, that is one thing I will happily pay a premium for, okay? I do not like to be uncomfortable. I do not like to be hot. And when I'm hot, I turn into a, we don't like that. So I need to be temperature controlled, okay? I need to be at least like in the 60s, all right? I need a light sweater, all right? That's where I'm at. So it's not because of a fucking temperature difference thing. Where my makeup is, it is a very, very chilled room. But this though, I've never experienced that with this. I don't know, but it's just so like creamy. It's a shame because I love like the formula of it. Like I thought they were really pretty, but this kind of freaks me out. And I'm so curious if any of y'all picked up any of these shadows, especially the creamy little multi-chromes here. Do you have that experience? Have you had that experience? I haven't seen anyone talk about it. Then again, I haven't really looked for it, so I don't know. Maybe this was addressed at one point and I'm late to the game and that's probably it. But I was kind of like thrown off and it just makes me a little sad because I normally like their shit. I never have any sort of a issue. Like I said, even the Guys down here, oh, okay, you are, okay. Oh, no, they are just soft. Okay, they are just really, I don't know. There's just something about these single shadows. Maybe they weren't pressed enough, and that's why they're kind of like flying all over the place. But I don't know what's up with that creamy shit though. Like I've never felt that before. It's a shame, because I love the swatches of it. I think the colors are beautiful, but they're just kind of falling apart. And I wanted to include them in my favorites video because they were something that I really, really love. But when I started noticing that there was like some sort of weird fucking formula that was happening to it, I kind of was like, I don't know about this one though. So yeah, please let me know if you did pick these up and you experienced the same thing, because it's kind of weird. I haven't experienced that at all with their palettes, and even with their single shadows that they've released in the past, never had that issue. Don't know why it's this one. Don't know. I wish I could tell you. And I just want to reiterate, like, my house is not hot. Like, where I store shit, like, it does not get balmy. It's not humid or anything like that. I keep shit cold. It's cold up in this bitch. Dare I say, I don't even think I need a refrigerator half the time, okay? And I don't know, is that it? Is it too cold? No, that wouldn't be it. If anything, this would solidify into ice. I don't know. Anyway, point is, I love these until I stopped loving them. So yeah, I don't know. They became a part of my shittiest makeup very quickly, unfortunately. Now it looks like I fisted Tinkerbell. So give me a second, let me clean up, because I have glitter bukkake everywhere and I need to get this under control. Hold on. Okay, that was really offensive. The amount of glitter on my hand was borderline problematic. Okay, let's move on to the next product. We have the Adept Cosmetics Amy Loves Makeup Palette. If y'all saw my favorites video, then y'all know how much I was gushing over the blush and highlighter palette, and I love that thing. This one's definitely growing on me more, but I find myself kind of just really using the shimmer shades and then kind of going to other palettes for mattes. And I feel like the reason for that is that a lot of the mattes kind of just, I don't know, they on me, they just kind of start to look the same. I just rather use one of these cool shimmers to kind of complete the look. Some of the shimmers, I will say, definitely stain on me, which I find kind of interesting. It has like a weird, like little bit of like a light pink hue. And it takes about like a day to come off. So like kind of points off for that one. But that sometimes happens though, especially with like more like these like kind of metallic shades. So it's not like the first time this has ever happened to me. It has happened to me with like other indie brands. And specifically it's really indie brands. And I'm sure it's probably because of the pigment that they use or whatever. But yeah, like this is fun. A lot more fun than I gave this credit for. And I always kind of find it very interesting with Adept Cosmetics. Like I love their color stories. I think they're so pretty, but oftentimes I just don't want to use their palettes because they're so pretty. But I just kind of have to like push past that because their shimmer formula is really, really nice. It is. So yeah, the mattes are okay, but I think the shimmers are where it shines. I believe you could still pick this up. This one I would recommend checking out, especially if you're looking for very kind of slutty, celestial, shimmery shades. Just be on the lookout that there is some fallout that does require a little bit extra like elbow grease to kind of clean off. So it's kind of best to do your eye makeup first, you know, all that bullshit. But all that aside, the more I use it, the more I kind of fall in love with it. So I like you. I like you. Not the mattes so much, but definitely the shimmers. Okay. So I feel like let's just do the other two eyeshadow palettes because they're like right here. The Lunar Beauty Moonshroom color palette. This was nice. I liked it, but I definitely think the highlighter palette is like the best part of this whole collection. What I like about this palette is I love this top row here. I love yellows. Are they the best yellows? No, but I think they're pretty solid. The bottom row is where we kind of get a little hanky because it can get a little patchy at times. So I have to like make sure that like I'm building up and not blending out. And then like the shimmer shades, they're fine. They're not my favorite. I feel like Lunar Beauty kind of goes back and forth between like they're really, really good like metallic-y formula and then sometimes like kind of shimmer formula. I feel like this is a kind of a shimmer formula. But I do love this top row. The top row is really awesome. So there are things that I utilize out of this palette, but again, it's not my favorite. If you're interested in wanting to check out this collection, I think the highlighter palette is where it's at. This is something I don't think you necessarily really need to have. And of course, the last palette I want to talk about is from Lethal Cosmetics. I think I like this a lot more. The more I keep playing with it, the more I'm like, ooh. But I will say that I like the shimmers better in the Avatar palettes. Like I use this palette primarily for the mattes. I love Lethal's mattes. Lethal's mattes are one of my favorite indie brand mattes of all time. And their shimmer shades are really fucking good too. But the shimmers in this one, I feel like are just, they're okay. And not not because of formula, it's just choice of color. They just don't tickle my makeup pickle, you know what I mean? But like, they're fine, they're just not great. But I love all the matte shades in this. So what I find myself doing is kind of like using the mattes and then kind of using the Avatar palettes, especially those shimmers, because they're a little bit more punchier, a little bit more like stand out. And that's what I use to kind of complete the looks. If you're looking for like a very pretty romantic color story, I would recommend this one. But just know that the shimmer shades, like they're fine. They're not amazing. And again, it's not because of formula, it's just color choice. But as a basic bitch, I do enjoy it. But not enough for it to be a favorite. I still think the Avatar palettes are just fucking way better. Way better. I do have some other palettes that I'm still like playing around with and trying out, like the Unearthly Cosmetics. I have one from Wicked Widow Beauty, like the Crow palette. I haven't really given that one a lot of chance yet, as well as Diveroon Cosmetics. I purchased one of the palettes and then one palette was sent to me in PR, and I will feature those in the next last call. But I didn't want to feature them now because I'm still kind of playing with them. Like I said, I want to give palettes a fair chance before I'm like, meh. And I just need more time with them. So that's why we're only talking about these palettes in today's video. Okay, so moving on to the next product, we have Smashbox Halo. This is the Sculpt and Glow Face Palette. The blushes are okay. They're fine. I would say they're probably a shittier version of Chantecaille. The bronzer is gross and the highlighter is the only thing that's worth checking out. I've been burned by Smashbox many times and this will probably be my last purchase. I think the best purchase I ever made from Smashbox was that Chucky lipstick, which I bought like 6 of them. Because one, it was a beautiful color and I love the formula. But since then, I don't know, like Smashbox just comes out with such subpar products in my opinion. And yeah, I got digmatized a little bit from this one because it seemed like it was gonna be really cool because I mean, come on, this looks awesome, right? This looks like an uncooked chicken's dream, but quality wise, meh, fucking below mid. It's not the worst thing because I can get use out of it. It's just more like annoying, you know? I'm just more annoyed by this purchase. So I say nay, go away, bye. I do have some stuff from Physicians Formula. Remember when I was high on morphine? That was cute, right? And if you haven't seen that storytime video, I'll link it in the corner there. It's hilarious. Botched enema, my favorite. Okay, so I was, you know, up and I made a Target order and I wound up getting a bunch of stuff from Physicians Formula because apparently that's where my brain went. Okay, thought I was dying, so I might as well just try Physicians Formula, I guess. But anyway, the Diamond Perfector BB Cream. This is one of the worst products I've ever tried. It was like dry, it was patchy, it was lifting, it was just doing everything that I just hate when a foundation does, basically just make me look like the worst version of myself. So I say nay to this. This actually should be like thrown into the sun and it should just explode. I hate you. The next product from Physicians Formula is the Mineral Wear Diamond Dust. No, absolutely the fuck not. I love highlighters. I love sparkly highlighters. I love, you know, basically looking like an alien slut. And this does not do any of that. If anything, it just looks like somebody just spit some sparkles on your face in a very aggressive way, not in the way that you want it to be. In the way that you don't want it to be. So yeah, this was a very big disappointment because I thought this was going to be like a glass balmy kind of skin effect. It just looks like somebody just spit glitter on me. So no, we hate that. Now, when it comes to the color corrector, this is probably one of the better things that I tried from Physicians Formula, but it's a little bit on the thinner side. So I don't think I would actually repurchase this. I think NYX makes a better product. Tarte makes such a good fucking color corrector, but this one wasn't terrible. I think it's better than e.l.f. though. So I would say that it's better than e.l.f. But again, it's on the thinner side. You kind of need to like build it up, but it does, you know, cover a fair bit of redness. It's just not my favorite. Not my favorite, considering there are better color correctors on the market. Then you have the bronzer. The bronzer is fine. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. And it's very like balmy, which was kind of surprising. I feel like it's a little bit more on the warmer side, which is not my favorite, but it's not terrible though. I feel like I've definitely had worse bronzers. Would I repurchase this? I don't think I would repurchase this, but I don't hate it though. Like the other Physician Formulas products, like absolutely not. Like this, I'm not mad that I picked this up, but I don't think I would repurchase this again. But the one though that I really actually didn't mind is the Diamond Filler Cheek and Lip Color. I would not use this for my lips because no, we're not doing that. But as a blush though, this is really pretty. I like the formula. Super easy to work with, very creamy, very hydrating. It feels like a kind of like a serum blush in that way. It blends very easily, and yeah, I don't have a bad thing to say about it. So I would actually pick up more of these guys in different colors. So we love her. Now here's going to be a shitload of blushes. First one is from Basma. You know, I kind of hated it when I first tried it, and then I liked it a little bit, and then I hated it, and then I liked it, and I hated it, and I liked it. This is just too inconsistent for me. I like the color because the color is just unusual. I really do love like a bright bubblegum pinky moment, but the problem is the fact that I get an inconsistent application, inconsistent wear time every fucking time that I wear it. If I don't wear enough product, it doesn't show up. So you really have to like build this up. Sometimes it wears down like so fast that I'm lucky to get a couple of hours out of it. And then sometimes it lasts for like 6 to 7. So it's so, I don't think it knows what it wants to be. It's like, am I shitty? Am I not shitty? I don't know. And I hate that. I hate that it's just so inconsistent. And based off that, I don't think I would ever pick this up ever. And if you wanted to get this, there are just better cream blushes out there that will not gaslight the shit out of you. So I say no to this one, but definitely better than the first time I tried it. But it's, again, it's so inconsistent. It's insane. Okay. So, bye. The next one is from Lawless. I like this one. The Lawless Pinch My Cheek Soft Blur Cream Blush in the shade Gumdrop. This one's nice. I like it because I don't feel like I need to set this down. This actually does a really beautiful job of like just setting kind of like a light kind of powdery finish. It has decent longevity. I will say that I think the next product I think has better longevity, but I can get at least 6 to 7 hours, maybe bordering 8 hours with this guy, depending of course on how much product that I use. But if I do go in with like a light wash of color, it doesn't really last that long. I really have to build it up. But yeah, I like it though. I definitely want to pick up more colors in the future, but I don't want to pay full price for it. This is something that I would just pick up on sale. That's it. Would not pay full price for that one. The ones I would pay full price for, I love these. These are from Huda Beauty. These are the blush filter. I have them in 3 different shades. These are so good. So I have Strawberry Cream. I love this one. This little orange number here. Normally I'm not an orange blush bitch. This I like though. Peach Sorbet. And I think my absolute fucking favorite is the pink one. I am a sucker for pink blush. What can I say? Cotton Candy. Ooh. These are so good. Great longevity, very easy to work with. They dry down super fast, but not too fast where you feel like you have to blend it out. Otherwise, you're gonna be like stuck with a harsh line. These are just good. They are good. I kind of want to get all of them. I don't think every color is going to work for me, but I'm glad that at least I picked up these 3. They're really, really good. So next time you're in a Sephora, I say go check one out. I think they're like 21 bucks a piece, if I'm not mistaken, which is not bad considering some blush, you know, can go for like 30 something bucks or whatever. So price point I really do enjoy. But of course, if you want to wait for the next Sephora sale, I say you should do that. But if you did pick it up for full price, you're not gonna be disappointed. These will definitely go in my favorites at the end of the year for sure. And then the last blush product I have is from Pixi. And this one is, I don't know, like I kind of keep going back and forth about it because it's those stupid pH blushes. This is the On the Blush Glow. This is what she looks like. As you can see, she's starting to turn pink there. It's pretty. I like it. And I actually do get like a decent amount of longevity with it. The problem is that sometimes this doesn't play well with other things. So if I apply it directly from the stick, sometimes I find that it takes up foundation, but then other times it doesn't. So it just really depends on what I pair it with. I think it has really nice longevity. I want to like try to take this off my hand fast because I don't want a pink spot, but I do have a pink spot. Whatever. It has really nice longevity. But again, I also need to kind of be in the mood for like that pH blush kind of a look. I don't know. I feel like it's just so gimmicky, but probably one of the better pH products. So yay to that. Would I pick this up again? I don't know. Like, I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite. And I think it's because of the fact that I need to think about what I can pair it with. So yeah, I don't know. I guess if it was on sale, maybe, but I think there's just other, I don't know, there's just better blush formula out there. But this definitely exceeded my expectations in the sense that it fucking works. So yay for that. Now, the other 2 Pixi products that I have are the Super Glow highlighters, but you cannot set your face down with powder when you're using these because they look really weird when you do that. And you can't really, again, apply from the stick because when you apply from the stick, it just looks fucking weird. It takes up the product underneath. I think it's because the formula is just so stiff, but this is a very beautiful, kind of like balmy, natural-ish kind of a highlighter. The only thing, again, is that if you set your face with powder, it just looks like a lot of weird fucking texture. So this is something that you need to be okay with not setting your face down. The other thing is that this can feel a little, I don't want to say oily, but it's not oily, if that makes sense. Like, it's not the most offensive thing that I've tried, but there is like a little bit of like a texture to it. So if you have your hair down, I don't see it looking good for you, friend. So if you are going to wear this highlighter, you kind of have to leave your hair up, because if it just slaps you in the face, you're going to feel like that weird greasiness from it. So that's just a heads up there. But in terms of better highlighters out there that like I don't need to set down, there are a lot of highlighters that are, I think, that are better in my opinion, that do not have that greasy bomb shit. But I do like how this looks though. So I don't know, I kind of keep going back and forth. It's like I appreciate them because of like how cute they are, but when I think about other things in my collection that just work better, I don't think this is something that I would repurchase again, but I'm not mad that I tried it. So yeah, you tell how much of a fucking Libra I am. I just argue with myself constantly. All right, this one thing I did not like. This is from One Size. This is the Secure the Glow Tacky Hydrating Primer. You know what I wanted? Do you remember a long time ago, it was like the J1 Jelly Pack? Do you remember that primer? That was a good fucking primer. That one I felt like was like super tacky and just really just like almost like flypaper, but not in an offensive way. And it really just like locked in the makeup. This one dries me the out so badly. It looks super hydrating and it feels super hydrating, and I like that about it. But then after a couple of minutes, it just looks greasy, and you could just tell that my skin feels tight and dry. So when I do apply any sort of foundation or BB cream or what have you, it just looks off. Like my face just looks fucked up. And so yeah, I wouldn't recommend this, especially if you are someone that has dry skin and you're like, oh, this is gonna be good, it's gonna be hydrating. It was not hydrating for me. I don't know what the fuck this is. It sucks because I really love how it looks. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of, what was that one drink in the 90s? Orbeez or some shit? No, not Orbeez is actual real thing. If I could think of the name of the drink, I'll put a picture right here. But that's what it reminds me of, like little balls of shit. I'm like, ooh, nostalgia. It just didn't work for me. And I don't think I've actually heard anyone really talk about this primer too much. Yeah, and maybe rightfully so. But yeah, I wanted to like this because I really do like One Size, especially their Wicked collection. Oh my God, I loved it. But yeah, this I would pass on. Ugh, I'd pass on that. If you're looking for a nice lip oil, highly recommend Neutrogena. This is comfortable, really cute. Didn't even realize they made lip oil products. I like it because it's thick, but not too thick, and it's not like gummy. It's just comfortable. And I actually use this if I'm not feeling like putting my little finger in one of my little ColourPop lip masks. This is like a really just nice product to just put on my lips and then do my makeup. So yeah, we love that one. I don't know if there's a lot of colors. I need to go like fact check that. But if there are more colors, I would definitely pick it up. But I think there's like maybe one or two. Anyway, they should do more in that formula. It's really, really pretty. The Maybelline Firework Lash Sensational or whatever lash, yeah, whatever the this one is. My lashes just did this. And no, I like, oh God, I don't wear false lashes, so I need things that have like length and body and just volume and just everything that fake lashes give you. I don't want to put any glue or get any weird magnetic strips. I don't want to do any of that bullshit. I just want to have a nice, normal eyelash experience, and I don't get that with this product, which is a shame because they had, I believe, was it last year or the year before? No, I think it was last year. They had like a purplish mascara. That one was great. I like that one. Hold on, do I have it right here? I feel like I do have it. Yep. The Falsies Surreal. This one is awesome. I love this one. This one's really good. This one I wanted, again, I wanted to like it because it looked like it was going to give me like length and volume and everything, and it just did not do any of that. So yeah, I say nay to that one. I don't recommend that at all, especially if you are someone like me that just relies on mascara instead of false lashes. Okay. Ooh, I hated this. Oh, did I hate this one? Oh, no, I like this one. Yay, I like this one. I had to think about it for a second. This is a good one. This is from NYX. This is the lip oil pen or whatever, the Fat Oil Slick Click. I have this one in the shade DM Me, also known as Barbara Pink. This is good. I love her. Super comfortable, super hydrating. Just, it's a really good formula. And the reason why I kind of talked about it briefly or whatever in the favorites video, but for me, the reason why it's like not in the favorites is because the other formulas kind of really suck. Anything that has like the shimmer in it just really becomes like melty and goopy and gross, and it just really kind of, I don't know, drove down the average I guess for this product, making it good, not great, you know? But if they just stop doing that kind of formula and only stick to the non-sparkle formula, then it will be fine. But if I had to choose between the actual fat oil versus a stick, I'm gonna choose the fat oil every time. Like that product, sparkle, no sparkle, whatever, like it satisfies me to the core. This one, again, I like it, but I think that there are just better lip products out there. Okay, the next product is from e.l.f. This is the Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. No. I wanted, okay, so I went on a quest for setting sprays and I really loved the Milk Makeup one until it started to take up my eyeshadow and I was like, what the fuck? So then I discovered this guy, the All Nighter Extra Glow, and ever since then it's been kind of impossible for me not to use it between that and the NARS one, right? This one's fine. But it's not amazing. I still say just get the Urban Decay or the NARS. I think those are definitely worth it. But I didn't find this to be anything amazing. It didn't really wow me. It didn't shock me. It didn't make me get all puffy in my makeup nether regions. I felt nothing. Maybe it was slightly better than the Milk Makeup one only because it didn't up my eyeshadow, but I found myself kind of just feeling just dry throughout the day when I don't feel like that when I use the NARS or the Urban Decay. Like I don't feel dry at all. This one, I don't know, the more I use it, the more just felt like a little bit dehydrated, to the point where I felt like I started to kind of switch up the setting spray to try to bring me some life, which in that case, I say thank you so much to the hyaluronic acid one because it definitely gave me some vitality. So yeah, don't recommend this one. This, okay, this one was good, not great. The CoverGirl Clean Invisible Foundation. I'm not even going to attempt to open this one up because the product pisses out. So I know it's pooling right in the cap and it's grossing me the fuck out. But there's just like a weird component thing. There's just an issue. It just needs to be revamped. So I need to like store it this way. Otherwise, it's just going to like kind of seep out and get like all up. But the reason why this is like not like a favorite is because it is a little bit too dry for me. So if I mix it with the CoverGirl like hydrating, like that glowy primer, it works really, really perfectly. But if I don't do that, it just doesn't look good on my skin. So like that's why this is not a favorite, because I have to really just only use one product. If I use anything else, it just doesn't look good. It only works well with that CoverGirl primer. So for that, I say nay, I wouldn't pick this one up again. And last but certainly not least, we have the Tarte Key Largo Glow. Yeah, I think this one's just better for me anyway. Like I said, the Glow recipe just feels less offensive. It doesn't scare the shit out of me when I'm using it. And it doesn't make me feel like I'm bordering on problematic. This one, I feel like I never quite figured out how this can look good on me. It always looked too dark and very, 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 very off-putting. So yeah, do not recommend this one. Do I like this one a little bit better than the e.l.f.? Maybe. Maybe, but at the end of the day, I'm just going to be reaching for the Glow recipe every time. So yeah, I think I'm going to be done now after this with bronzing drops because I learned my lesson. Anyway, so yeah, so that's my last call on all those products. I would love to hear from y'all. Let me know if you have some of these products, if you love them, if you hate them, if you whatever, blah, blah, blah. Let me know because I love hearing from you. And of course, I want to say thank you so much to my beautiful patrons and YouTube members. Thank you so much for keeping this delicious, disgusting garbage boat afloat. Couldn't do it without you. I love your face. And with that said, I'll see y'all real, real soon. Bye.